And we are ready for high school football on a Friday. The Wolves and Mules, the kickoff from Jelly is underway. Fielded by Zimmerman at the 10. Dustin Zimmerman out to the 15, 20. Still on his feet, finally brought down to the 28. Nice run back by Zimmerman. That was a nice looking play by Dustin Zimmerman. 18-yard kickoff return, and we're ready at Fairfield. In the backfield for Flora is Irwin, your quarterback. You've got Turner, the fullback, Major and Glick also back there. However, they start with the two-back look, and in motion is Glick. The handoff goes up the middle to Wes Turner. He struggles for maybe 2 yards.
I think he got 2 yards.
And that's about Wes's average per carry. Wes Turner came in the game with 81 yards on 32 carries, averaging 2.5 yards a pop. He scored 2 touchdowns. Wolves now in the power I. 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard gain. This time it's to Glick. No gain. Brian Glick was met by a gang of Mules.
He got just a little bit. They moved the stick ever so slightly.
Jim Boren in there on the tackle.
Give him 1 on the carry.
Also with Cam Tullis and some other Mules. They did give him 2. 3rd down and 6. 3rd and 6 for the Wolves. First possession of the ball game. Irwin. This time it's to Major. He's got some room. Bounces off 2 tacklers. First down. Eric Major is amazing. I probably said that 100 times this season, but Randy was hit 2 or 3 times.
He sure was. Give him 7 yards on the carry.
Bounced off 2 or 3 tacklers and got the 1st and 10.
We've got an injured Fairfield player down on the field is Eric Locke. He's a senior defensive lineman.
We don't like to see that.
Especially not this early in the ball game. Well, we don't like to see it any time, but he got hit and hit hard. And he hasn't moved much since he went down. We hope it's not too serious. Maybe the breath just knocked out of him. He's trying to
move.
Yeah.
This brings up last week's game, Flora against Lawrenceville. Jeff Hunt of Lawrenceville, remember, got a bad leg injury. We wish him all the best.
We understand
speedy
that
recovery.
Yeah, we understand that he wound up in Vincent's hospital this week for some reconstructive surgery on his knees. So that's really unfortunate. We hate to see that happen.
We wish Jeff Hunt all the best.
Once again, give the offensive line of the Flora Wolves on that last carry by Major Bill all the credit in the world. He had a ton of room to run up through there. He really did.
Still attending the injured Fairfield player. As they do that, we'll take a quick break. With 10:34 to go in the first quarter, no score. We'll be back to Fairfield after this. 1st down and 10 for the Wolves on their 38-yard line. Randy mentioned the line play for Flora. That line is John Hurleman at center. The guards are Kyle Wheeler and Kenneth Morrison. Tackles are Lee Johnson and Brian Lane. Tight end is either Richie Gruball, who's in there now, or Frank Lusk. 1st and 10 Flora, first possession of the night. Irwin hands off to Wes Turner. He's got 3 yards, maybe more. Good run by Wes.
I think he got it closer to 4, Bill. Yeah, they're going to give him 4.
4-yard carry for Wes Turner. He's got 2 carries tonight, and he normally doesn't carry it a lot. So far, Wolves are mixing it up as far as who gets the ball.
Mixing it up very well.
Haven't passed yet, but they're very capable. Here's the handoff to Eric Major. He stopped after getting out to the 45-yard line. Give him 2 yards on the carry. Setting up a 3rd down and 4 at the 45. Just underway, no score at Fairfield. Big 3rd down play here.
It really is.
In motion again is Glick, as he will be a lot. The pitch is to Major. Right side, he's got the first down to the 50, 45, and brought down at the Mules 45.
10-yard carry.
Who made that tackle? Whoever it was picked him up.
That gives Eric 19 yards on 3 carries.
I didn't catch the number of the Mule
I didn't either.
defender, but he picked him up and body slammed him.
Good defensive effort on the part of the Mules.
First and 10 Wolves at the Mules 45. This time Major rolls out in trouble. Thrown for a big loss. Good defense for
You bet.
Fairfield.
That's Marty David in there. And also in there with him was Jim Boren.
50 and 51.
Yeah.
Sandwiched.
Excellent defensive effort on the part of the Mules. And that puts
Marty David, by the way, is son of our buddy Stan.
Yeah. That was an 8-yard loss.
I wonder if he's proud there.
I can hear him up topside right now.
Second down 18 for the Wolves after the quarterback sack. They're on their own 46-yard line. The Major, and he gets nowhere.
He might have lost a yard.
He lost a yard. He did. It's at the 45. That's where it was a moment ago when he gained 10.
Yeah. Think this could be a passing situation?
Could be. And is Joel Pallas. He's the favorite receiver of Irwin. Joel Pallas comes into the game as the third leading receiver in the conference with 11 catches for over 200 yards. Irwin to pass, puts it up left side. Open is Pallas. He's got it inside the 30 to the 23. Simple pattern down the left sideline. Joel Pallas got by his man, and Irwin laid it right in there. What a pass by Slingin' Sam.
I think they're going to put it on the 26, aren't they?
Yeah, right. 26.
29-yard pass play.
I marked him down where he slid to. He slid a few yards.
Yeah, he did. The field does have some wet on it, doesn't
Good
it?
catch by Joel.
It was.
Beautiful pass. First and 10 for the Wolves at the Mules 26-yard line. Handoff is to Turner up the middle. Got some good yardage. West with about 7.
I think that the Flora coaching staff probably figures, okay, everybody's going to expect Major to have 30-some-odd carries again. Maybe we'll mix it up a little bit and be successful. And so far, Bill, they are.
That was a 6-yard gain. Second down and 4 for the Wolves. They're at Fairfield's 19. 6:50 to go in the first quarter. It is to Major. First through the right side. He's got the first down and more. Another good run by Eric Major.
Sure was.
Let's see where they mark it. Down to the 11-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play. Wolves looking impressive in this first drive. First and 10 at the 11-yard line. This time, not much of a play. On the tackle for Fairfield, Boren again. And Milner. 42 is Darren Milner. You'll see him a lot on offense. He's their leading ground gainer. There was a loss in the play of a yard. Second down and 12. Split left now is Matt McGrew for the Wolves. The pitch is to Major. Cuts it up the middle, or back up the middle, but not much. Looked like there was a hole that's starting to develop, and then it closed.
Filled real quick, didn't it?
You bet.
There on the stop, Cam Tullis. Gain of 1 for Eric. Boy, he did a lot of running.
2 yards. It was on the 12.
Okay. A lot of running for 2 yards,
Yeah.
didn't he?
That's third down and 9 at the 10-yard line. Big third down play for Flora. They had a big third down play a moment ago and clicked on a long pass play. Third down and 9 for Flora at the Mules 10-yard line. This is the Major. Gets through the hole, but he is going to be cut short of the first down. Eric got about 4, it looked like, down to around the 5-yard line. Host of Mules, that is, got the tackle on him. 4th down coming up.
Ball was on the 10, and it's on the 8, so he only got 2.
Boy, it looked like he got more than that. It's on the 7 now.
Okay, give him 3. They can't make up their mind.
4th and 6 at the 7-yard line. Big play. Here's a pass. Irwin in the corner of the end zone to Palace. Interference, no call. Oh, boy. Incomplete pass is called. I called interference. Looked like the defender crashed into Joel before the ball got there, but no call. And the Mules hold on defense. They'll take over, but not in very good field position.
Well, that was an excellent defensive stand, though, for the Mules. Excellent defensive stand. They did what
on the interference.
I couldn't see it.
It was hard to see from our vantage point in this booth.
You're getting me in trouble speculating.
1st and 10 for the Mules on the 7. They dodged a bullet there, and they go right up the middle on the ground gain out of the wishbone. And Milner on the carry. Darren Milner, their leading ground gainer on the season.
He got 1 yard.
Darren came into this game with 331 yards on 78 carries, averaging 4.2 yards a pop. Also in the backfield, we'll set that up in a moment. Ron Jelly is back there. Also Richard Reed, he's in there now. Handoff right side, and very little gain on the play for the Mules.
Again, it was Darren Milner.
Milner. He's their workhorse. Did he get any yards on that? It's 3rd down and 8.
I don't think so.
Nope.
A host of Wolves there on the stop.
Yes, indeed. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score. 3rd down and 9 for the Mules at the 8-yard line. They get it around right side. Gets a big gain out of it. Man.
He was flying, wasn't he?
Had all kinds of blocking out there. Never did pick up who was running the ball. Was that Reed? Number 1, I think. But it was across the field on us. We didn't have a good view of the play, but I know they had a good play all the way out to the 25.
And they started on what?
8-yard line.
17-yard carry.
Uh-huh. It's all kinds of blocking there. This time, nothing on Milner's carry. Darren Milner.
Lee Johnson in there for Flora.
No gain
on the
play.
Stop. Yeah, they're going to give him.
They gave him a yard.
Give him a yard.
2nd and 9 at the 26. 3:28 to go in the first quarter. No score. If you're just joining us, Flora had the ball and had it inside the 10, but couldn't cash it in. That little pass play out to the right. It's complete to Belva. Out to the 31-yard line.
Give him
Belva with a good reception and good run. Belva on the season, a very good receiver. He comes in as the 4th leading receiver in the conference with 9 catches, 215 yards.
They say he's dangerous.
His tight end, their tight end Robbins is the leading, rather tied for the lead with 13 receptions.
Wow.
3rd down and 4 for the Mules. Walters hands it off.
I don't think he got the first down.
No first down. They had to get out to the 30.
Kyle Wheeler was in there. Glick was in there. Lee Johnson on the bottom of the pile.
They had to get to the 35. They are about 2 yards shy.
John Hurleman. Everybody was there.
Good defense by Flora. They'll get some good field position after the punt.
And no gain on the play at all.
4th down and 3. Ron Jelly, the punter. At the 23-yard line. Over his head. They're in trouble. Jelly jumps on it. Where is he? About the 1-yard line.
Yeah, he sure is.
Wow.
What a horrible, horrible break for Fairfield.
Went over his head.
Yeah.
He did a smart thing by diving on it instead of trying to pick it up. So if he drops it, Flora can pick it up and score the touchdown. That's at the 3-yard line, by the way. So Flora in business here after the turnover. We talked about this early. The Mules have been plagued by turnovers this season. That has really hurt this team. They're better than their record indicates, except for the turnovers. First down and goal for the Wolves. They'll try to cash it in a hurry. With the carry is Turner. No gain. No gain on the play for Wes. Second down and goal. Well, they gave him a yard. Didn't look like he got any from here. A minute and a half to go in the first quarter. No score. The Wolves knocking on the door here.
Boy, that snap just sailed, didn't it?
Went right over his head. This time to Major. He's in. Touchdown for Eric Major, standing up. With 1:09 to go in the first quarter, Flora leads 6-0. On the year, that's Eric's 7th touchdown. He's getting up there toward the league leaders. Ben Coleman of Mount Carmel leads with 10 rushing touchdowns. Eric Major second, now with 7. Coleman won't get any tonight because they are to play Carmine. That's
true.
Forfeit.
That's true.
6-0. The Wolves go for the 2 points. The pitch to Major. He's got it. Randy, that's 5 times in a row over the last 2 games the Wolves have scored on the 2-point conversion. We'll make that 4 in a row.
Yeah, that's great.
With 1:09 to go in the first quarter, it's Flora 8, Fairfield nothing. We'll return to Mule Country in a minute. For Flora, Richard Reed, or rather for Fairfield, is Reed. Also, Matt Hodges is back, as well as Billy Hefner. 1:09 left in the opening quarter. The Wolves drew first blood. They lead 8-0. After missing a good chance earlier to score. Another short kick. Bounces around and covered by Fairfield at the 36.
It almost worked, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Kurt Robbins, I believe, the man that jumped on it. He was up short.
Boy, those things are tough to field. You ever tried to get your hands on one of those?
That's tough. That's the Wolves' kicking game anymore, is to kick it low and bounce it. They were burnt too many times on kickoff returns for touchdowns.
Yeah.
They won't give them a chance anymore. First and 10 at the 37. The pitch to Milner. He's got some room out to the 40. Fumble. It's loose. Recovered by Flora. Flora's got the fumble recovery at the 43-yard line. Who put the hit on him? Man, was he hammered. Milner had some good yardage going. One of the Wolves hit the ball, looked like, with his helmet and popped it right out. Who got the fumble recovery? It's missing everything. Fumble recovery for the Wolves at the 43. They're in business again. Quick pass over the middle, knockdown, incomplete.
It's trying to get that to McGrew.
Right, over the middle, a little slant, and it was slapped down at the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. The Wolves with it at the Mules 43. Irwin, this time it's to Major. He's still going. Down to the 34. Everybody.
Take me out. I thought Turner had it.
Well, everybody thought the play was over with Turner, and you look up, Eric Major's got it. Down to the 34. What a run by Eric. That's a 9-yard gain. If that's where they spot it. Well, give him 8. That was quite a fake.
Well, it
Everybody
was
tackling Turner.
Yeah.
Third down. Third down and 2 yards to go. That ends the first quarter. After 1, it's Flora 8, Fairfield 0. We'll return with more NEC football after this. And motion or offsides on Fairfield. The Wolves will get the first down via the penalty. We've seen that several times this year.
Just going to say, what is that? About 4 out of the last 5 games we've seen that.
Irwin will change his cadence and draw the other team off sides. He's done that several times.
Last week, Lawrenceville successfully did that against Flora. And Flora tried a couple of times at Mount Carmel, and they never would bite on it, I don't think.
So the Wolves in business, 1st and 10 at the Fairfield 30-yard line, leading 8-0 as we start the second quarter. Irwin with the handoff. That's to Wes Turner.
Got a flag on the play.
Penalty flag. No gain for Wes.
Been a relatively flag-free game.
It's been a quick game to this point.
It really has. Holding Flora.
Not a good penalty. We wanted to back up a moment ago. That fumble recovery, we believe, was by Joel Powless.
Not for sure, but we think. Whoever it was.
There were several Wolves there to jump on it before it went out of bounds. If that ball goes out of bounds, it would have been Fairfield's ball.
Yeah.
So the Mules, snake bitten by turnovers. We've said that coming in. They've done that all year, and they've had 2 already in this game.
1st and 20.
1st down and 20 after the penalty is marked off. The Wolves at the Mules' 40-yard line. Could be a pass coming up. Dustin Zimmerman in motion. Irwin wants to pass over the middle, knocked down.
Dangerous pass by Irwin, and good defensive effort that time by Jim Milner.
Right.
Milner was right there.
He was trying to hit Powless. That little slant over the middle that has worked a lot this year.
Well, they had it pretty well covered. Irwin's only 1 for 4 tonight for 29 yards. That 29-yarder was the first pass play of the game, complete to Powless for a big 1st down.
Big Sam came in as the 2nd-rating quarterback in the conference. Irwin with the pitch to Major to the 40.
Oh, man, was he hit.
Big time pop.
Adam Lake hit him hard.
I wonder if Eric's seeing stars after that.
They're going to take him out.
See if he can
kind of shaking his head a little bit.
Count the fingers in front of his face. No gain.
He was hit hard.
He's setting, there's a timeout on the field. He's standing right below us, getting his breath. 11-11 to go in the 1st half. We have a timeout with Flora leading over Fairfield 8-0. We'll return after this. Welcome to our viewers on TV 24 and our radio listeners on WNOI. Flora with a 3rd down and 20. Irwin back to pass. Has to scramble. Gets it left side. Complete to Gruball. 1st down. Inside the 20, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Richie Gruball with his 2nd reception of the season. None bigger than that. Good job by Irwin. He was rolling right. Everybody was looking the other side of the field. He came back to the left side, found Gruball wide open. And Richie rambled to the 16. 1st down and 10 at the Mules' 16-yard line. Flora with an 8-0 lead, trying to get more. The handoff is to Zimmerman with a big hole. He's still on his feet. Touchdown. All right. Dustin Zimmerman with a beautiful run. His first touchdown of the season. Flora goes up 14-0. He had a nice hole on the left side, but Dustin made that happen. He showed his quickness, didn't he?
Sure did.
Eric Major was shaken up. He was taken out of the game. But they didn't miss a beat there with Dustin. Flora on a roll. They lead 14-0. They'll go for the 2-point conversion. And a fake.
And a flag.
Irwin to pass. Corner of the end zone. It's incomplete. It's against Flora. Illegal motion.
So that'll probably be declined, and the play is over.
That's the end of the Wolves' extra point conversion streak of making those. However, with 10:58 to go in the 1st half, it's all Flora. They lead 14-0. We'll return with more Northeast Conference football after this. That last touchdown happened in a hurry. Well, they had a few plays, then suddenly a big pass play to Gruball. The next play, 16 yards and a touchdown for Dustin Zimmerman. And Lee Johnson teeing it up. Kick goes out of bounds. They'll have to do it again. We did not mention that some of the injured Wolves are back this week. Dale Thomas is back, along with Frank Lusk.
J-Man.
They're all back. Dale Thomas sporting a big cast on his right arm. Padded, I hope.
I was going to say, I'd hate to be hit with that thing. Wow.
When you get to see Dale on the field later, you'll notice it. It's like a club on his right hand.
It sure does.
So the penalty is marked off. The Wolves will have to, well, they're not going to take it.
They declined it.
They declined the penalty. Fairfield will take it at the 35. Thought that was automatic. You had to take that.
Evidently not.
I've never seen anybody not.
They got pretty good field position. If you don't have to take it, why take it?
Yeah, I guess. So Fairfield needs to get busy. They are down 14-0 in this, their homecoming game. They've got motion or movement everywhere.
What? Some miscommunication there somewhere.
Big time.
That'll back them up 5.
The inexperience of this team is showing so far. They've made a few costly mistakes.
They've made a few good plays as well.
Oh, yeah.
That hit on Major a while ago is probably one of the best hits I've seen all year. Delivered by Adam Link.
Not bad.
It was a solid hit.
First down and 15. In the backfield is Milner and Reed for the Mules. Kip Walters, the quarterback, hands off to Reed. Gets through the right side, picks up about 3.
And he was brought down by Lee Johnson.
Richard Reed, sophomore. We'll hear his name a lot this year during basketball season. Reed and Walters. We just wait and hear those two guys. They were a handful last year as freshmen and sophomore. Second down and 12 coming up for the Mules. On the keeper is Walters. He's got some room out to the 40.
He's got the first down.
First down to the 45-yard line. Kip Walters with a nice run on the option. 12-yard pickup for Walters to the 45.
That's his first carry of the night.
You may want to do that more often.
It was successful that time.
Had a bunch of blockers out in front of him, too. Ball actually on about the 46-yard line. First and 10 for the Mules. Walters to pass. Overthrow. Intended receiver was Reed. And if Reed catches that, he would have had a lot of real estate to cover. There was no one around him. He was coming out of the backfield on the play. Walters, a left-handed quarterback. We've seen 2 of those this year.
Mm-hmm.
The other one at Salem, I believe.
Salem or Carmine?
Can't remember. Somebody
has one.
Was lefty. This is to Milner. He gets around the left side. All the way down to the Flora 45 and more.
Boy, he was a load to bring down.
First down for Darren Milner.
Krutzinger was there, as was Kenneth Morrison.
He got the 10 yards necessary, plus about a foot.
All of a sudden, Fairfield's offense has come to life a little bit.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, they've not really had the ball a lot this first half with the turnovers and all. 9:45 to go in the half. It's Flora leading 14-0 over Fairfield. Walters and the handoff to Reed, and he is thrown for a loss. Good D.
Wes Turner there.
See Thomas with a big club coming out.
Glick was in there. Johnson.
Hate to be hit by that thing.
And Reed was knocked with a 2-yard loss.
Second down and 12 now for the Mules. At the Wolves' 46-yard line. Out of the wishbone this time. Walters hands it off. No, he doesn't. He passes. It's up for grabs. Intercepted. Joe Pallas, I believe, hauled it in, did he not?
Well, they're fighting for it. I don't know. Yes.
He did.
Yes.
Joe Pallas went up with Heath Belva and out-jumped him for the interception at the 15-yard line. The ball was just a hair underthrown, or I think Belva would have had 6. See, it was thrown just short enough that Belva had to come back a little bit for it, and Pallas
just jumped straight up in the air.
Straight up and took it away.
Pallas had him covered well.
Third turnover of the night for the Mules.
Flora with not real good field position, but they do have the football.
At the 15-yard line of Fairfield. Joel with 2 turnovers tonight.
Yeah.
Fumble recovery, now the interception. Eric Major's still out of the ball game for Flora. We see him walking the sideline here in front of us. He was shaken up pretty bad earlier, but he appears to be all right. There was an interception, Randy. They gave it back to Fairfield.
They did not signal that.
No, they signaled Flora ball.
Wow.
Did they?
I thought they did. Boy, we're all mixed up.
Sure are. That was a completion to Belva. What happened?
For how many yards?
It's down to the 15. It started at the 46. 31 yards. I don't understand this at all. All of a sudden, Fairfield in business. Reed round right side. Still on his feet. Finally. No, he's in the end zone. I was starting to say finally knocked out of bounds, but he kept going. Reed got the 6 points.
What happened here?
That isn't the weirdest thing I've ever seen. We saw the official signal Flora Football on the interception. Then we look up. Fairfield's got it. Complete a pass. And then they run it in for the score.
15-yard run for Reed.
We'll have to get an explanation on that a bit later. 8:40 to go in the half. It's 14-6 Flora. Reed with the score. Mules go for the 2 points. Got offsides on Flora. Right side of the line jumped. So they'll move it in a little bit closer.
Not much, just a little bit.
Well, you can't go too much. Where did they start that, on the 2?
I think so. Oh, that'd be a 1-yard penalty?
Yeah. Half the distance. I can't believe that a while ago.
I thought Pallas had it.
Well, they signaled Flora Football. Joe came off clapping that he had intercepted the ball. Two-point conversion. The pitch to Miltner. He's in. The Mules are within a touchdown. 8:40 to go in the first half. It's Flora 14 and Fairfield 8. Back to Fairfield in a minute.
Which can repair your windshield for a fraction of the cost of replacing it. Cloud has a mobile service too, which means you don't have to leave your house to have your truck or auto glass repaired.
Zimmerman with the kickoff at the 20, up the middle. He's got some room. He's brought down at the 41.
And he was hit hard.
Justin Zimmerman having the best game of the year for him. 2 good kickoff returns and a touchdown run. That's a 21-yard plus kickoff return. Well, we're still scratching our head about the play earlier when we thought an interception was made by Flora. We looked up and it was Fairfield scoring
just a lot of confusion there.
Flora Football, and the handoff is to Eric Major. Bounces off 2 tacklers, still on his feet. Out to the 50, 45. Eric Major is gone for another long touchdown.
58 yards.
58-yarder for Eric Major. Just like that, the Wolves backed up by 2 touchdowns. Eric Major was hit, I bet, 5 times. Right at the line of scrimmage, kept bouncing off players. And once he was in the secondary, Randy, you knew he was gone. Nobody could catch him. Eric Major shows his explosiveness. That is his 4th long touchdown run of the year.
That gives him 99 yards on the night.
He's had 100 plus in every game, and I would think he's pretty sure bet to do that again.
I would think so.
Flora up 20-8. They go for the 2-point conversion. Sam Irwin with the pitch to Zimmerman. He's in. Dustin Zimmerman with the 2. Flora leads 22-8 with 8:13 to go in the half. What a ball game we're seeing. It's a good one. We'll take another timeout. Another kickoff coming up. More Northeastern Conference football after this. Sideline, we're right behind it. The coaching staff congratulating the lineman on that play.
You bet.
So you gave him a little bit of daylight, and he told us that the offensive linemen feel they just give Eric just a bit of daylight, he can be gone, and he was there for 58 yards. Wow. He's got 8 touchdowns in the year now, 2 more, and he ties for the conference lead. All kinds of offense in this game. The field has, we said it rained, but that was like at 5 o'clock today. The field is in good shape. A long kick by Johnson. Reed takes it at the 15 to the 30. He's brought down at the 35. Host of Wolves on the tackle.
Down there on the bottom was Jeremy Lewis, was one of them.
And Frank Luss came out of the pile along with Brock Henson.
Got a flag on the play.
And I think it's against Flora.
It is.
Oh boy. Gives the Mules great field position all the way out to the 50. Actually to the Wolves 49.
What was the call? Personal foul.
Uh-huh.
Is that a 15-yarder?
Big one, you bet. Personal foul. Maybe a late hit, perhaps. So now the Mules in business. They have it at the Flora 49-yard line. 8 minutes to go in the ball game, in the first half, that is. Reed on the option pass. Throws it up for grabs. It's intercepted.
Brock Henson.
Henson with the interception, his 2nd of the season. He takes it at the 28-yard line.
Turnover number 4 for the
There's 3. Remember the one didn't
That's
count.
right, 3. I have to mark that off my list.
We still are wondering about that. 7:48 to go in the half. It's a wild one. Brock Henson with the interception. And the Wolves have it at their 28-yard line. That ball was one of those wounded duck type passes, sort of floating up there, and it was underthrown. Henson went up and took it away from Robbins. Irwin hands it off to Major. Bounces off 2 tacklers out to the 37. He was 1 player away from another touchdown.
Yes, he was.
Heath Belva stopped him. Number 9, Heath Belva, made the tackle. I think if he missed that tackle, Eric was gone again.
That gives Eric 107 yards on the night.
And we haven't played a half. Timeout, Fairfield. 7:11 to go in the first half. Flora 22, Fairfield 8. More football coming your way after this unlucky number there for Fairfield.
I'm wore out.
We've seen an entertaining first half to this point. A lot of time left yet. Flora leads 22-8. Eric Major with 2 touchdowns. Dustin Zimmerman with the other. The Wolves defense has forced 3 turnovers. 2nd down play coming up. Irwin to pass. Long pass to Palace. Up there. Complete.
No.
Incomplete. Boy, he had it for a moment at the 25, and next thing you know, he didn't have it.
Good pass coverage
Perfect
that
pass.
time by Fairfield.
And Randy, that pass was right on the money. Hit Joel right in stride at the 25.
I think it was Richard Reed that was back there for Fairfield, and he did a good job just tripping Joel up enough to...
I mean, Reed was right on him, and the pass landed, it landed right in Joel's hands. 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Wolves at the 37. Handoff is to Eric Major. He bounces off a tackle, and maybe enough for the first down.
I don't think
Very
so.
Close. Depends if he gets a good spot.
Don't want to speculate.
You say that. You say that every week.
I know, and I do it, don't I?
It's just short, apparently.
Are they going to go for it?
That's a short, about a foot short. We've seen them go on. We saw this happen before, Randy. 4th down, less than a yard to go. Wolves have it at the 38-yard line of Fairfield. They apparently go for it. Hand it off, and they get it. Eric Major with a first down. Out to the 41. Reminds, the ball was right there when we played Mount Carmel, and they missed it on that 4th down and 2.
Right.
It was at the 38-yard line. I asked the coach, would you do that again? He said, we'd do it again, but it'd be a different play.
They did, and it worked.
1st and 10 at the 41. This time, the handoff to the right side. Wes Turner,
I think.
Wes Turner with about 2.
And there on the stop for
3.
Fairfield was Eric Simpson.
He got 3. .5:45 to go in the half. Flora 22-8 over Fairfield. They have it 2nd down and 7 at their 44-yard line. To Turner again. Stopped for very little. I think he got a yard, then he was stopped immediately.
Yeah, they're going to give him 1 yard. This is the most that we've seen Wes Turner carry the ball this year, too. He's carried it 7 times.
On the tackle for the Mules, Matt Link.
He's the one to put the big-time hit on Eric Major back in the 1st quarter.
Pretty good, put a pretty good pop on Turner on that play.
He can hit hard.
3rd down and 5 now for Flora at the 46-yard line. This is to Major. He has the first down, and then it was knocked back. I think he was to the first down, which is at the 49.
But if this guy spots it where he's got his foot, he does not have it.
That's a terrible spot. Terrible. His forward progress was to the 49 of Fairfield. Then he was pushed back a yard. And that's where they spotted it, where he was pushed back to, not where his forward progress was. 4th down. Less than a yard to go and a timeout by Flora. They'll take a timeout with 4:31 to go in the half, leading 22-8. Talk about this 4th down play. We'll come back to look at it after this.
Good evening. Welcome to Newswatch 24.
If you missed Newswatch 24 the night before, don't worry. You can now catch the news weekday morning.
4.5 minutes to go in our first half. Hear the band.
I like to hear that
Having
in
a
the
good
stands
time.
like that.
You bet. I like to see Flora do that during halftime, not halftime, but during a whole football game, have the band involved in the action instead of halftime. That's one man's opinion. 22-8 the score. 4th down and 1 for Flora. Actually less than a yard to go. And the handoff is to Major. He's got the first down to the 48. That's about where he was earlier when they pushed him back and didn't give him his forward progress. He'll get it one way or another. 1st and 10 for the Wolves at the 48-yard line, trying to get some more points on the board. Wolves came in, by the way, averaging a little more than 20 points a game. That's a pretty good average on the year, more than they have in previous years. The new look offense has opened it up quite a bit. Oh, fumble. And I think Flora got back on it. Dustin Zimmerman did. Heads up by Zimmerman. The handoff, really not the handoff, but the fumble occurred on the snap. Irwin turned around to hand it off, and it slipped out of his hand.
Yeah.
They lost a yard on the play. Well, Zimmerman's really having a good game. He's everywhere. 2nd down and 11. Irwin to pass. Over the middle. It's complete. Incomplete.
Zimmerman about had it.
Boy, he had it at the 30-yard line, and if he had that, that's 6 points. Irwin's passes are right on the money, though, Randy. Again, Zimmerman didn't break stride. The ball was there, and it just slipped through. 3rd down.
You got to wonder if there's not a little moisture on there.
Well, I'm sure.
That's 2 of them we've seen squirt through. That one and then the one by Palace a while ago.
We've got another timeout for Flora with 3:42 to go in the first half. We'll take a quick break with Flora leading 22-8. Back after this. 11, actually.
That's long on 3rd down.
3:42 to go in the half.
Although earlier they were like 3rd and 20 and converted on a 29-yard pass play.
That's right. To Gruball. What do we have in store this time?
Well, we've got Palace out left.
Zimmerman's in the slot. Flora with it at the 49-yard line of Fairfield. Irwin to pass. Over the middle. It's intercepted. Belva at the 30. He gets it back to the 40-yard line. On the tackle, Frank Lusk. Ball was a little overthrown. Intended receiver was Palace. It went over his outstretched hands.
That's really the first ball that Irwin's thrown that wasn't on the money.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Every other one's been right on. That one just a hair too high. So the Mules take over at the 40-yard line with 3:28 to go in the half. The pitch is to Reed. He bobbles it, but picks it up to the 40, out to the 40, not the 47-yard line.
Yeah, he got some good yardage out of that. About a 7-yard carry for Richard Reed.
Reed with a good carry. He did a good job hanging onto the ball because he bobbled it on the pitch and gathered it in.
We got another injured Mule. Is that Reed that's down?
It's Reed that's down.
Looks like he's going to get about, I can't decide if it's going to be 6 or 7. It looks, now they're going to give him 6.
Yeah.
But it's awful close.
Frank Lusk comes out. He had the broken nose. Was that at Mount Carmel?
No.
Salem game.
Salem game.
He's got tape all over it, but he's playing. Lull in the action. While we do that, let's tell you who else is playing tonight. Red Hill is taking on the Olney Tigers. Also tonight, Salem at Lawrenceville. A must-win for the Indians. This is a team that's picked by some people to win the conference this year. There they are with 3 losses. They can't lose another one or they're out of the playoff picture.
Right.
Mount Carmel does not play because they got a forfeit win against Carmine. So Mount Carmel goes to 6-0.
It's going to be hard to stop those Golden Aces this year.
They won't lose again. Walters with a quick pass, incomplete. Intended receiver was
Adam Link.
It was just a little bit behind him. 3rd down. 3rd down and 4 coming up.
Walters has been successful passing tonight. 2 for 4, 44 yards. All of those yards to Heath Belva.
3rd down, and the pitch is to Mildner. He's got the 1st down. Past the 50. Unless...
No, he didn't get a good spot either.
Well, I thought he was up to the 49.
I did too.
Another terrible spot tonight. Nearly the identical place where we were earlier.
Exactly.
I got so carried away.
That's unfortunate for the Mules because I thought he had that.
I thought he was to the Wolves' 49. They bring it back to their 49, so it's 4th down and less than a yard. Up the middle, Walters, he got it. Got it easy. Carries it down to the 46.
5-yard carry for Kip Walters. He's carried twice for 17 yards. I look for him to carry the ball a little more.
Time running out in this first half, 2:18 to go. Fairfield trying to get some points back on the board, get within a touchdown. The score right now, Flora 22, Fairfield 8. 1st and 10 for the Mules at the 46. Pass over the middle, incomplete.
That ball must be slick because there's too many guys that's missing that in stride.
That was Ron Jelly, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. It hit him right in the numbers.
Yeah, it did.
Walters likes those quick little passes. 2nd down and 10. Time was stopped on the incompletion. Now 2:08 to go in the first half. I believe the Wolves have at least one timeout remaining.
Not much more than that.
Can't recall if they've taken 1 or 2. A reverse and a fumble. Belva jumps on it, but all the way back to the 40-yard line. They were running a reverse play to Heath Belva. The ball bounced off his pads. He did a good job to jump on it, but it's a big loss for the Mules. All the way way back to the 41-yard line.
13-yard loss.
That's their 41. Third down and 23. Passing play, you would think. Mules in the wishbone. Walters is back to pass, has some time. Down the left sideline, overthrown, intended for Heath Belva. As well over his head, out of bounds. The Mules will be forced to punt with 1:24 to go in the first half.
Wolves really looking good here tonight.
Quite a great game. If they get a good return, they still have some time.
But do you think they'll try to kick it away from Zimmerman? He's just about broke 2 of them.
I certainly would if I were Ron Jelly. Jelly at the 20, excuse me, the 30-yard line to punt it away. He had one snapped over his head early in the game. This one is too. Picks it up. He has to run with it. And he is brought down by Dale Thomas at the 24. Just as I said it happened.
I think they need to work on their long snaps.
I didn't mean to jinx him. It's turned out that way. Flora in business. First down and 10 at the 24-yard line. They can get another score before half.
They sure could.
1:19 to go. They lead 22-8. They'll try to cash it in. You've got to take advantage of those.
Mm-hmm. That is 4 turnovers.
Boy, the Mules having really a lot of problems on that snap, aren't they? That happened to them last week, I understand. Irwin to pass in the corner, out of bounds, and a penalty flag, interference. Intended receiver was Palace. He was bumped out of bounds
by Link
before the ball got there. That's inside the 10-yard line. What a heck of a time seeing this.
If it was called on Link, surely it was. We have seen it this year where it's been called on Palace.
It wasn't on Palace. He was ready to go up for the ball, and he was knocked out of bounds. Still nearly made the catch. And that started on the 23. Where did it end up? Is that a 10 or 15-yarder?
That's a 10-yarder, I believe.
10-yard penalty at the 13-yard line. Flora first and 10. It's not like the NFL where you get it.
No.
Interference occurred.
No, that doesn't work that way.
Wolves first and 10 at the 13. Irwin fakes, and the pass in the end zone incomplete.
They were trying for McGrew. That one was overthrown.
McGrew got turned around. Didn't nearly a complete 360. 1:08 left in the half. Clock stops on the incompletion. Second down. What will the Wolves try here? In the backfield is Turner and Major. And the pitch is to Major. He's got some room inside the 10, still on his feet, close to the end zone, inside the 5-yard line. Nice run by Eric Major, all the way to the 1.
Give him 11.
First down and goal coming up from the Wolves at the 1-yard line with a minute to go in the first half. They lead 22-8.
Look for Irwin to keep this one right up the middle. My call.
So?
My call.
He did that last week twice.
Very successfully. Fairfield wants a timeout. They want to talk about
He
it.
fell in the end zone twice. So with a minute to go in the first half, timeout. Flora leading 22-8. Back to Mule Country in a minute. Minute to go in the first half. Flora leading 22-8. They have a first down and goal at the 1-yard line. They'll try to tack on another 6. They're in good shape to do that. Barring a turnover here. And a penalty. Handoff was to...
I'm not even sure they got that far.
Well, they handed it to Turner, but play didn't go.
Motion penalty against Flora.
Uh-oh. That'll make it a little more difficult.
It'll be on the 6 now instead of the 1.
First down and goal from the 6. 1 second ticked off the clock.
You know you're in trouble when they whistle the play dead before it ever gets started.
You bet. First down and goal from the 6-yard line. Irwin takes the snap,
And they
another
did it
penalty.
again.
Boy, same penalty, isn't it?
Has to be. Somebody's moving out there. Again, another 5. Now that really changes it, Bill. First down and goal from the 11.
Checking into the lineup quickly, Zimmerman for Glick with the play. 59 seconds to go in the half. Flora with a first and goal. Now from the 11-yard line. Not so easy now. Irwin wanting to pass. Complete to Palace. He's close to the end zone, but stopped short. Joel caught it.
And the clock is running.
Then he was brought down right where he caught the ball. On the tackle, Matt Link and other mules.
An 8-yard pass play. They've got the ball on the 3.
39 seconds to go and running. Second down and goal. And the handoff is to Major. He's stopped. No gain, I don't think.
I don't either. And the clock continues to run.
Apparently they're out of timeouts. 20
They evidently
seconds.
are.
They've got to hurry. Get a quick play off here.
Nothing else, just kill the clock.
Yeah, it's third down. And a penalty.
Good night. All of a sudden, they're getting flag happy out here.
What's this penalty all about?
Probably delay of game would be my guess. And
No,
another motion.
I don't think it's delay of game. They were
taking a long
quick.
time.
10 seconds to go in the half.
Now it's going to
Third down and goal from the 9-yard line. And the clock is running. 9 seconds. They're not going to get the play off.
Nope, they're not.
5. They better hurry. Irwin hurries them up. Takes the snap. They do get it off. Pass over the middle. Incomplete. Golden opportunity wasted by the Wolves. They had the ball at one point at the 1-yard line. First and goal. Penalties pushed them back a bit. But the clock was their enemy there. They run out of time. After one half, it's Flora 22, Fairfield 8. Back with halftime stats and more after this. Also Billy Hefner. Lee Johnson with a short kick. Fielded by Robbins. He brings it out to the 40.
And in there on the stop, Richie Grubauer for Flora.
And a big tight end Robbins with the kickoff return, about 7 yards. We mentioned Robbins coming in. He was tied for the league lead in pass receptions with 13, but we haven't seen his number on any pass play in this game.
My understanding is normally when they want to dump it off short, they'll dump it to Robbins, and whenever they want to go deep, they go to Belva. They went to Belva 3 times for 44 yards, and they've tried Reed, Link, and Jelly, but they've yet to try Robbins.
Just underway in the second half. Flora leading 22-8 over Fairfield. The Mules have it. First and 10 at the 40. Turnovers have plagued this team in this game. There's a handoff. Milner right up the middle. Big yards. Darren Milner all the way to the Wolves, 46. Nice looking run.
That carry there for 14 yards matches all of the yardage that he had in the first half on 6 carries.
Sophomore running back came in as the Mules leading rusher with 330 yards on the year. Building on that total. First and 10, Fairfield at the Flora 46-yard line. Walters hands it off again to Milner. This time he was hit but kept going. Morrison and also Hurleman hit him, but he fell for a couple of more yards out of it.
I think they'll probably give
4.
Yes, they do.
4-yard carry. Second and 6 now for the Mules. Trying to get back in this one. And the pitch is to Hefner. Billy Hefner with his first carry for about a yard.
Well, he lost.
You're right.
He lost
he did.
big time.
He lost 2, didn't he?
Yep.
So it'll be third down.
And 8.
Third down and 8 coming up for the Mules. At the Wolves 44. Fakes the pitch. Pass over the middle. Intercepted. Big Brian Lane had it. Then he fumbled it.
I don't know. I think Fairfield got it
I
back.
think you're right. At the 44, right where they were. Big Bry. No, I think they retained it, didn't they not? Let's see. Yes. As they unstack it, let's see who's under it if we can.
Well, I see Kenneth Morrison in there, but with the ball was 60. That's John Hurleman.
Is it? No.
And also
No,
Brock
it's not.
Henson.
Glick had the ball. Brian Glick came up holding it.
Well, then Glick was on the bottom of all of those guys.
Yeah, he was.
He was way down under, wasn't he?
Interception by Brian Lane, his first of the year. I think it surprised him.
Yeah.
What happened, the receiver fell down, and it came right to Lane. So another turnover on the Mules. Football, Major with a carry.
I think it's
4
slick
yards.
out there.
Yeah.
I really think it's slick because everybody's falling down.
We had a good shower at halftime. The field, it's not muddy, though.
No, it's not muddy. It's just,
slick.
Yeah. And we've got an official's timeout for an equipment repair. Hurleman having problems with his helmet.
So 5 turnovers on the night on the Mules. So they continue to shoot themselves in the foot. They've done it a lot this year. Flora with a 2nd down and 9 after the 1-yard gain. And again with a handoff, it's Major, no gain.
Fell over his own player.
Probably a loss. Yes, he did. He fell over Turner.
Yeah.
Wes was the defense on that play. 3rd down. He lost a yard. 3rd down and 10. In the first half, Major with 129 yards rushing. So he's built on his league-leading totals with that. Fakes the handoff. Now a little screen pass out to Major. Gets past one tackler out to the 50 and finally out of bounds. Man, was he hammered. And he is shaken up.
He hit the sidewalk down here.
Man. There's concrete right inside the fence. Eric Major was hammered out of bounds. It will be short of the 1st down. Well, I hope he's all right.
I do too.
Ball's at the 48-yard line. Just about.
I don't think that's a real good idea to have concrete inside the playing area, do you?
Not at all. Because the sideline or the out of bounds is real close to the fence where the concrete goes under the fence.
Yeah.
Where Eric Major ended up.
He's setting up now.
Boy.
That is just not a good situation at all. I hadn't even noticed that until that play right then.
Eric's taken a beating tonight on that, and earlier he was hit hard on a tackle.
Well, he got 6 yards on that carry. They're going to go ahead and play.
He's going to be one sore young man in the morning.
Boy, he's tough, isn't he?
He is. Wolves will punt. Joel Palace in for the first time tonight. Eric Major gets up, gets a good hand. Excuse me. And a penalty. Palace kicks it, but it's all for naught. Good punt.
It was. Was the penalty on Flora or Fairfield? Motion on Flora. My goodness, that is 4 of those in a row, Bill.
Had a few of them.
What's the status on Eric?
He's sitting on the bench. Trainer checking him out. So they'll try to punt again. Palace now at his 35-yard line. Eric's mother comes and checks on him. Here's the snap. Palace has it blocked. And Fairfield covers it and runs it to the 40.
That's the first block punt of the year.
It was a kind of a funky looking snap. Palace bobbled it. It looked like the wetness may have affected that. He got the punt off, but it was low, and Fairfield blocked it. They take over at the 40.
Well, they're in good shape. Fairfield,
Very good shape.
Very good shape.
The penalty, if it weren't for the penalty, Fairfield has it down at about their 20.
That's exactly right.
The Wolves 40. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Flora leading 22-8. Fairfield ball. Walters wanting to pass. Gets it off just in time. Complete to Belva. Nice catch by Heath Belva at the 10-yard line. And a beautiful pass by Kip Walters right there. Goodness.
They're going to mark it inside the 10, actually.
On the 8.
On the 8. That was a 32-yard pass play to Belva.
Just like that, the Mules are
moving the football
in scoring position. Eric Major appears all right. He's walking along the sideline. Here's the handoff to Milner. Rambles close to the end zone, but he's short. Second down.
And we've got another Wolf player shaken up. That's Lee Johnson, who's down. The Wolves are taking a beating here tonight, aren't they?
Bet. Big Lee down. Pointing to his right leg, it looks like.
Always rough when you play at Fairfield, it seems like. But
Yeah.
concrete inside the field, I had never noticed that before.
So they attend Johnson. 8:28 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a break. The score, Flora 22, Fairfield 8. Back after this. Injury, Lee Johnson of the Flora Wolves being attended to.
Well, hopefully he'll come out of it as well as Eric Major did. Major was down for a little bit, but he bounced back up, and he's walking the sidelines and appears to be okay.
It's like a leg injury to
Yeah, it
Lee.
does.
They're working on the, is that the left leg?
The left leg.
Flora leading 22-8. We'll run you through the scores again while we have a moment. At halftime, Salem was leading Lawrenceville 9-0. Wildcats trying to go to 5-1. Lawrenceville trying to go to 4-2 or 3-3. Red Hill and Olney were scoreless. Another score we had in the area, Mount Vernon led East St. Louis 7-0. They bring Lee off the field. And if that's a serious injury, they'll miss him. He's been a big part of that offensive and defensive line.
You bet.
Second down. And goal at the 2-yard line for the Mules. Trying to hit pay dirt. Walters hands it to Milner. Milner is in. Touchdown, Darren Milner. That makes the score 22-14. The all-important extra point conversion coming up, or extra points for the Mules. Right now it's an 8-point game. If they miss it, they could only tie if they scored again and got the 2 points. 2-point conversion attempt for the Mules. Walters will pass. It's incomplete. Intended for Belva. A little bit short. And the Wolves hold on the extra point. With 8:19 to go in the third quarter, it's Flora 22, Fairfield 14. We'll be back to Fairfield after this.
Clouds Windshield and Plate Glass Repair and
Ball game here between Flora and Fairfield. The Wolves lead 22-14. Think back to the first half. The Wolves had 2 chances inside the 10-yard line. It did not score. Well, those come back to haunt them. Right now they have the touchdown lead. They'll try to get their 2-touchdown lead back here. And the kickoff from Jelly, a good one. Zimmerman takes it at the 10, brings it out to the 20, gets some room to the 30, gets to the sideline, still on his feet, to midfield, out of bounds at the 40. Good run by Dustin Zimmerman inside the 40. Wow, is he quick.
And again, he was brought down close to that concrete.
Yes, he was.
I hate to keep bringing that out, but man.
Zimmerman gives the Wolves great field position at the 38-yard line. Well, he's
done his job here tonight. He sure is. Eric Major's in the backfield
with Turner. And the pitch is to Major, to the 40, 35, inside the 35-yard line, still going. Down near the 30. Good run by Major.
He got 8 on the carry.
Second down and a long 2 coming up, and the rain coming down again at Fairfield. Second down for the Wolves, and the pitch is to Eric Major. Cuts back.
He got maybe 1.
Maybe a yard.
Maybe 1.
Very little on the play. Will be third down. Still nearly 2 yards to go for the first. Approaching 7-minute mark in the third quarter. The Wolves with an 8-point lead.
They're calling it no gain.
Third down. And the handoff is to Wes Turner. He's got the first down. Got some good blocking on the right side. Brian Lane with a good block. And others. Kyle Wheeler out in front of the charge. He brought it down. Let's see where they finally put it down at the 24.
6-yard carry for Wes Turner.
First down and 10. At the 24-yard line. Lee Johnson hobbling around on the sideline. Here's the handoff to Major.
Flag.
Bounces out left side. He could go to the 10.
It's going to come
out
back.
Of bounds. Yeah, you're right.
It's going to come
good run
back.
Nonetheless by Eric Major down to around the 5.
Holding Flora.
A big penalty on the Wolves.
When you get a flag in that part of the backfield, you can just count on it coming back.
You bet.
That's
usually
8 penalties on the Wolves tonight.
A long penalty, too.
Yeah.
Right there. Holding or clip or whatever.
8 penalties on the Wolves for 56 yards.
And they bring her back out to the 35. It will be first down and 20. First down and 20 for the Wolves at the 35-yard line. This is to Major. He's wrapped up for no gain. Actually a big loss. Good defense in there for Fairfield. Eric Simpson leading the charge. Also Marty David. About the whole team. They saw that play coming, didn't they?
They sure did.
1 yard loss in the play. It's 3rd and 21. Six minutes to go in the third quarter. Flora leading 22-14. And the fake and the pass down the right side. J-Man incomplete. It was right on his hand. He couldn't haul it in. Boy, that was another good pass by Irwin. He's had, what's that, 4 of them drop that have been right on the receiver's hands or in their numbers. They just can't bring it in. It will be 4th down and 21. Exactly 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Well, it's 3rd down, isn't it?
Yes.
Got ahead of him. 3rd down and a fake and a rollout by Irwin. Trying to get it off. He'll tuck it under and run instead and brought down.
And he was brought
maybe
down.
A loss.
Darren Milner was there. Irwin was unable to escape him. Good defensive effort by Milner.
Sam was wanting to pass, but his receiver, intended receiver, Powers, was covered pretty well, left sideline. Irwin tried to make something out of nothing and no gain.
Right.
Now it's 4th down.
Dallas is going to punt.
We'll punt. That's kind of surprising, isn't it?
Put them deep.
Gets a good punt off. Heath Belva fumbles it. It's loose. Who's got it?
I think Belva got it back.
Well, he dove toward it. A bunch of the Wolves were diving for the loose ball.
Belva's got it.
Richie Gruball made a good attempt to jump on the fumble. But Fairfield will have it in pretty bad field position here at the 10-yard line.
We saw them move it out of here a while ago, though. Back in the first half. They were very deep and brought it right out.
You just about had turnover number 6 there.
Yes, you did.
5:01 to go in the third quarter. Fairfield takes over. 1st and 10 at their 10-yard line. And the handoff goes right up the middle for very little yardage. Darren Milner on the carry. Boy, he gets a lot of work for the Mules on offense. He does a good job on defense, too. He's made some big tackles in this game. He gained 3. 2nd and 7. Second down, and the handoff is again to Milner. Battles his way for about 3 more.
Kenneth Morrison in there on the stop for the Wolves that time.
3rd down. I give him 2. 3rd down and 5 now. Big 3rd down play for the Mules offense and the Wolves defense. They can stop them here. They'll get it back in good field position.
Yes, they will.
And you should have to think Fairfield's worried about the snap on the punt. Walters to pass. Oh, just about intercepted by Powless. He saw the play coming.
He saw 6.
It was a little quick pass to Belva. Joel stepped in front of him. And that hit him right in the hands. It's happened all night for both teams.
It's got to be slick.
So that is a punting situation. 4th down and 5 at the 15-yard line. Jelly will punt from about the goal line.
And if he gets the kick off, look who's to receive it.
He's had some go over his head.
He's
2
had
of them.
Yeah.
Here's the long count. This is a low snap. He gets a good punt off, though. Zimmerman will let it bounce.
Oh,
boy.
man.
Should have called a fair catch there. It goes all the way inside the 35.
What a Fairfield bounce that was.
Punt from the 15 all the way down to the Wolves' 34. How many yards is that? That's a bunch. Need a calculator for that.
Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt it.
Well, let's see, that's 15. About a 50-yarder. 50 plus. Jelly came in averaging just 26 yards a punt. And the handoff is to Eric Major. Battles his way for about 4.
And on the stop for Fairfield, Jim Milner.
Well, he didn't get quite 4, did he? About 2 or 3.
2.
2nd and 8 now. Jelly did a good job on that punt. He punted away from Zimmerman right at midfield. And it took a good roll. Here's the pitch and the sweep to Major. He's got some room to the 40 and brought down at the 47. Boy, he generates some speed, doesn't he? He gets a little groggy, runs it off. And he's just running full force as soon as he gets the ball.
Yeah. Player slow to get up for Fairfield.
It's a
Matt Link.
1st down for the Wolves at the 47-yard line. I've never really noticed that as often as I did there because the play was coming right at me. He was going full speed as soon as he got the ball. He punishes tacklers, though, when they get in front of him.
Yeah.
He's pretty strong, I understand. Not a real big guy, but
Fairfield's
very
having trouble
muscular.
getting the correct number of players on the field.
2:41 to go in the 3rd quarter. Flora with the 22-14 lead. Trying to get some more points here. Got a first down. The handoff is to Wes Turner. He gets 7 or 8. Good run by Wes. Again, good blocking on that left side for the Wolves. Seven-yard gain for Wes.
He's got 29 yards for the night.
That was a nice run.
Yeah,
Second down and a long 3 for the Wolves. Handoff. No, it's a fake. Irwin in trouble. Gets away from one man. Rolls right. Passes incomplete. Matt McGrew had it right between the numbers.
Boy, good.
Turned before he had it.
Good job scrambling that time by Irwin.
McGrew's disgusted with himself. We've seen that all night. It's hitting these receivers right in the hands or in the numbers, and that time McGrew turned upfield before he had it.
That was real close to being an interception because it hit McGrew and bounced out.
He saw a lot of daylight between he and the goal line. He was headed that way a little bit too early. Third down play.
Zimmerman.
And
He's got the first down.
First down to the 41. Nice run by Zimmerman down to the 41-yard line. First and 10, Flora. And keep the drive alive with 1:51 to go in the third quarter. At the 41-yard line, Flora first down. And the handoff is to Turner again. West with about 3. On the bottom of that pile, Eric Locke with the tackle. Excuse me. It's Eric Simpson, number 62.
Turner got 2 more. This is definitely the biggest number of carries that Turner's had in any given ball game. He's carried the ball 10 times tonight.
A lot of people seeing important roles in this game tonight. Here's the pitch. That's to Zimmerman. He's got some room through the hole. Zimmerman down to the 35. At the 35-yard line, it will be third down. And about 4. Inside 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. This could be our last play of the quarter. In motion is Glick, and the handoff is to Turner. He's got the first down and more. Down inside the 25. Good looking run by Turner. And that will give the Wolves another first down on this drive. Boy, that was a nice run.
That was definitely a nice run.
25, 10-yard gain.
Turner with 41 yards.
One of his better efforts of the year. 11 seconds to go in the half or in the third quarter. And this time it's to Zimmerman again. Or Glick, excuse me. Brian Glick with a good run. He's close to another first down as we end the third quarter. Brian Glick with 8 or 9 yards. We'll see when we come back. After 3 quarters, it's Flora 22, Fairfield 14. Back after this. 22 to 15.
To back up, let's give Brian Glick 10 yards on that last carry. Another first down for the Wolves. They're throwing every option out of the backfield at the Mules here in this series.
In the backfield still is Turner and Zimmerman. Eric Major, who has 159 yards on the night.
156.
156. He's on the sideline for the time being. And a fake. No, it's not. It's to Turner. Turner bowls his way for about 3 yards.
I think he got more than that, Bill.
More. Man.
He was really moving.
5. Wes Turner down to the 10. Hustling in with the play was Matt McGrew. Just underway in the fourth quarter at Fairfield. The Wolves putting a damper on the Mules' homecoming. It's 22 to 14. And the pitch is to Zimmerman. He fumbles it and gets it back. And there will be a loss on the play. 4 yards. 3rd down and 9. Third down and 9 for the Wolves at the 14-yard line. Irwin to the pitch again to Zimmerman. Tries to get around the left side. He's going to be brought down. Not much of a gain on that. Could never get around the corner. Some good defense out there by Jim Miltner.
We've called his number several times tonight on defense. He's doing a good job for the Mules.
Jim Miltner with the good D. 4th down. No gain on the play. The Wolves with a big 4th down and 9. What will they do here?
No, they're going to get a Morrison raised up that time.
Yep. So it's going to be 4th down and 14 now.
I did see the motion that time.
Yeah. Moved a little too early, did Morrison.
61 yards and penalties tonight for the Wolves. That's probably about the most they've been flagged for in any game, is it not?
No, that Salem game.
No, that's true.
Remember that?
Yep, I do.
Fiasco.
Yep.
At 140 yards in that one.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
In motion is Krutzinger, who's in the lineup. Irwin in trouble. He's thrown for a big loss. Out to the 31-yard line. Marty David with the sack. And others. And the Mules defense gets tough. And denies the Wolves. That's the 3rd time tonight.
I was going to say, I hope that doesn't come back to haunt them, because it's 3 times they've had the ball inside the 10 and not be able to get it in. Not a lot of negatives you can say about the Wolves team tonight, but if there is any, that would be it.
Right.
Inability to get it in the red zone.
Happened last week, too.
Yeah.
And in other weeks. Walters rolling back to pass. A little screen is incomplete. Intended receiver out there was Ron Jelly. A little bit overthrown. 2nd down now for the Mules. 9:58 to go in the game. Flora with the 8-point lead. The Mules need to score and get the 2-point conversion to tie it up. There is overtime, by the way, in high school football, if you're not aware of that. Here's the pitch to Miltner. Tries to get outside. He does. Some good yardage out to the 38.
I tell you what, when he gets ahead of steam up, he's hard to bring down.
He is. Darren Miltner, he did a good job to bring in that pitch. It was a little bit high and behind him, and he reached up and pulled it down, and he was gone. Gave him 7.
Yeah, give him 7.
3rd down and a long 3, nearly 4. It's at the 38-yard line. They need to get out to about the 41, a little bit past there for the 1st down. This is to Miltner. He's got it out to the 50, to the Wolves 43 before he's finally brought down. Brandon Krutzinger on the tackle. Also under there is Zimmerman on the stop, but not before. A big gain by Miltner. Down to the 43 of Flora.
19-yard carry. Brock Henson a little shaken up on that play. He put the initial hit on Miltner, and Miltner just run right over him.
He's going to come out and have him set down. Check him out. Pitches to Miltner, left side. He gets about 5 or 6 more. Suddenly this Mules offense is on fire. They're doing it on the ground. Well, he's got more than I thought. He got
8.
8 yards. 2nd down.
He has 81 yards on the night. He only had 14 in the 1st half.
at the 35-yard line. Fairfield threatening here. Second down. Walters with the quarterback keeper, and he stopped. He got a yard, maybe. Big Brian Lane there to greet him. It's like hitting a wall, isn't it?
It sure is.
Also, Luke Johnson in on the stop. Luke Johnson, by the way, is in for Lee Johnson, his older brother, who was injured earlier, and he's out of the game. But he's standing over here. That's a good sign. Eric Majors out of uniform. We've got a timeout, Fairfield. 8:32 to go in the ball game. Fairfield timeout. They have it third down and a yard at the 33. Third and not quite a yard. Even if they don't get it, you know they'll go for it on fourth down.
Sure they will. Hear a lot of whistles blowing out there and not much happening.
Well, they weren't quite ready. Here we go. Third down and 1 for the Mules. Walters with the fake, and now he throws it up. It is incomplete. Intended for Heath Belva. Out of bounds.
Palace has done a good job on Belva tonight.
That was a good call. Third down in the short yard. Go for the long pass. You have to be pretty confident you can get this on the ground on fourth down. 8.5 minutes to go. Fourth down, less than a yard for the Mules. Handoff is to Milner. He's got the first down, still on his feet, and he fumbles the ball. No, he doesn't. Thought I saw the ball squirt out. He's down to the 20. Just about. And he is right on the 20-yard line. Gain of 13.
Gosh.
He's up to about 100, isn't he?
94.
It's at the 21.
93.
Handoff again to Milner. Bounces off a tackle and then is stopped for very little gain on that.
Kenneth Morrison there, as well as John Hurleman. I think Brian Lane as well.
They stood him up.
They're going to give him 1 yard.
Second down and 9. 7:48 to go in the game. Flora clinging to a touchdown lead. Pass over the middle, complete to the big tight end Robbins. That's his first reception of the night. He's got the first down at the 9, it looks like.
11-yard pass play.
At the 9-yard line, it's first and goal for the Mules. That's their only pass they've had on this drive, outside of one that was incomplete. Here's the handoff again to Milner. Bounces through the middle. He's in. Touchdown. Fairfield with 7:23 to go in the game. They pulled it within 2 points. Extra point conversion will tie it. 22-20 the score. Flora with the lead. We think back to the 3 times the Wolves have had it at the 10 or inside the 10, could not score. That is looming big right now. Walters brings them up. Rolls. He's on his feet. Throws it.
Flag
everywhere. It's incomplete. What will the penalty be? It's against Fairfield.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it was. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Boy, that was a big play there.
It was holding on Link, I believe. That was a big defensive play for the Wolves. 7:23 to go in the game. They hold on to a 2-point lead, 22-20. Don't go away. More exciting NEC football after this. After Fairfield just scored but missed a 2-point conversion, that would have tied it. 7:23 to go in the game. A lot of time left. What Flora has to do is hold on to the ball, run some clock.
That's exactly right.
Try to run it out. Fairfield wants to stop them, or better yet, get a turnover.
Watch the onside kick.
Just a kick from Jelly. It's a long one. Real long. Krutzinger back at the 5. He brings it out and is brought down out near the 20. Brandon Krutzinger with a kickoff return. What a kick by Jelly.
One of the longer kickoffs we've seen this year.
Yes, it is. On the sideline, 2 prime players for the Wolves. Eric Major, their leading rusher, is not in the game. He's not even in his jersey right now. And Lee Johnson, one of the big linemen, is out, both with injuries. Eric's walking around. They're seeing if he might be able to come back. They're testing him. Flora with it, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. And the handoff, right side to Dustin Zimmerman with another good run. He's picking up the slack. Dustin with 7 yards on the carry.
8. Now they're going to call it 7.
Yeah. 7 yards. I knew it.
Excuse me for questioning you.
Eric's coming back.
Yes, he is.
2nd down and 3. And the handoff is again to Zimmerman. He's got the 1st down.
Does he?
Yep. Easy. He needed 3. He got 4. That's 1 first down. They've got to keep doing that. 6:20 to go. 22-20 the score. Flora holding on to the 2-point lead. They scored all those points in the first half, by the way. And the counter play, handoff to Turner. He was hit, but still going, but not going to get much out of that. He was hit about as soon as he got the ball.
He's going to get a yard, and he made that happen.
He was hit in the backfield.
Here comes Major in.
And out is Dustin Zimmerman, who gets a good hand. He did a good job. Second and 9 for the Wolves. Irwin with a handoff to Major. He fumbles it. I thought he was holding it awkwardly, and Fairfield gets it at the 45. You notice when Major was running with the ball, he had it up here, Randy. He didn't have it tucked away at all. Fairfield takes over at the 45-yard line.
And they're pumped.
A big turnover on the Wolves. It's something they haven't done all year, hardly. At least they haven't on any real critical possessions.
I think that's Major's first fumble, isn't it?
The first fumble for the whole team in the whole year.
Yeah, it is.
They've only had a couple of interceptions. Walters will take it right up the middle and get a yard. Boy, Eric's going to feel bad about that. If we could see that on replay, you'd see where he was holding it. It was not tucked away, and you knew as soon as somebody popped him in the arm, he was going to squirt out, and it did.
Sure did.
Boy. 1 yard gain. Inside 5 minutes to go in the ball game.
If the Flora defense has been tough all night, now's when they have to be tough.
Got to get stiff. Here's the pitch to Milner. Gets around the left side. He's got it inside the 40 before he's knocked out of bounds. That will stop the clock at 4:46 at the 43.
5-yard pickup.
They need to get to the 34-yard line for the first down. 3rd down and 4. Hand off to Milner up the middle. He's got the first down, still on his feet. Right side inside the 20 before he's brought down. Good run by Milner on the tackle, Zimmerman. A touchdown saving tackle.
Wait and see where they spot it, but boy, he was headed that way, wasn't he?
He was rambling, wasn't he?
It's on the 13-yard line. 25-yard carry for Darren Milner.
4:37 to go in the ball game.
133 yards on the night for Darren. 14 in the first half. Where has this guy come from?
I don't know. This reminds me of the Mount Carmel game. Flora led throughout until the end. Pretty much the same score.
Sure is.
4:23 to go in the game. A timeout by Fairfield. They have it 1st and 10 at the Wolves' 13-yard line with the score 22-20 Flora. We'll be back after this. Trying to get their first lead of the night.
And they can actually get a first down without getting in the end zone.
They're at the 13.
They could have 4 chances to punch it in from the 3.
Fairfield running game's been very effective in this second half.
Definite swing of momentum in favor of Fairfield at this point.
Darren Miltner having a big game. Wolves holding on to a 2-point lead. The defense is asked to come up with 4 big plays here. Walters hands it off to Hefner, and he's thrown for a loss. Brian Lane with a tackle for a loss. Billy Hefner, no gain. Well, actually a loss in the play.
A loss of 2.
There's 1.
Do they have a kicking game at all?
I don't know.
A
We
field
saw
goal?
Jelly kick.
A field goal would win it.
We saw him
Or
kick
would
off.
put them ahead.
Yeah. But I'm not sure if they've kicked field goals. 3:50 to go. 22-20 to score. Flora leading. Fairfield threatening. Walters hands it to Miltner. Gets up the middle. Not much. About 2 yards, and then he stopped
Boy,
there.
Morrison and Glick doing the job on Milner.
And wrapped him up and made sure he didn't go any further. 3rd down. If Flora, do you stop the clock here? Give yourself some time in case they punch it in?
I don't know. Not yet.
What they're hoping is they stop him.
Yeah.
4 down.
They've done it twice.
3rd down and 11. from the
Milner's
14.
scary.
Yeah. Walters fakes. He rolls left, wanting to pass. In the corner of the end zone. Touchdown! Fairfield's got the lead.
Was that Belva?
Let's see. Heath Belva
Yeah.
with a touchdown with 3:01 to go in the game. Now Carmel leads 26-22. Belva was wide open. Walters rode left. That gave him a lot of time, and he found Heath. What a game we're seeing tonight. The Mules go for the all-important 2-point conversion. Right now they lead by 4. Flora could win on a touchdown. Here's the fake. Going to pass, and he is sacked. Why couldn't that happen last play? 3:01 to go in the ball game. It's 26-22. Fairfield with their first lead of the night. Identical to what we had happen at Mount Carmel. Can the Wolves bounce back and score? We'll see after this. For Fairfield. And it reverts back to that first half. The Wolves 3 times were at the 10, or 2 times in the first half, once in this half, and could not score. The kick over to the sideline, it will go out of bounds. Probably will kick over. Went out at about the 20. I'm going to have them kick it over. 5-yard penalty will make them kick 5 yards back.
Well, Fairfield with only 25 yards in penalties tonight. That's the first here in the second half on them, playing a really intelligent game from the penalty standpoint. Flora has been flagged 9 times for 61 yards.
And you know what? The difference is in the second half, the Mules quit making turnovers.
They did.
Well,
and they started breaking Milner open.
They had 5 turnovers all in the first half. Is that correct?
That's correct. And Flora has made 2 turnovers tonight.
And 1 big one.
Right.
That led to that last score. So Jelly will tee it up again and try to kick it down the middle this time. Major and Zimmerman back deep for the Wolves. This kick.
Boy, it is.
Good
Man,
one.
what a kick.
Zimmerman takes it at the 10, to the 20, to the 30, still on his feet. Gets it out to the 34-yard line. So the Wolves have some work to do if they're going to win this one. Can they do it?
What a football game.
They haven't scored in this half. They led 22-8 at halftime. Now they trail 26-22 with 2:54 to go in the ball game. First and 10. It's at the 32-yard line. They'll need some big plays. It starts with a handoff to Major, and he is stopped after a gain of 3.
I think
no gain.
I think that injury on Major's taking its toll. He's not running with the same intensity that he had in the up to that point. In fact, he
lost
a loss.
Second down and 11. Loss of 1 yard on the play. 2:20 to go. Wolves can't be wasting a lot of time here.
A lot of confusion on the part of Flora.
Yeah. Irwin back to pass. Rolling
Flag.
Penalty flags everywhere.
That'll be against Flora.
Irwin tucks it under and is pushed out of bounds.
I tell you what,
near the 40. We saw this happen at Mount Carmel after they got down and then tried to start a drive to win it. It just fell apart, Randy.
Yep, another 10-yard penalty against the Wolves. Holding.
Boy. 2:04 left in the ball game. This Fairfield team, give them a lot of credit. They didn't get down on themselves. They were trailing 22-8 at halftime and made a lot of mistakes. Came back fired up in the second half, and they're in a position to win this game. Second down and 23 for the Wolves.
And the ball is on Fairfield's 19-yard line.
That's on Flora's 19.
Or Flora's 19, excuse me. I wish it was on Fairfield's 19.
Right, they're telling the timekeeper that the ball was out of bounds. The clock does not start till the snap, so it should be 2:04 to go. There we go. The clock will start on the snap.
Those 5 seconds could be important for the Flora Wolves.
You bet. They need a big play here. Second and 23. The Wolves have their backs to the wall. They led throughout until 3 minutes to go. They trail 26-22.
This Fairfield defense has sure stiffened up in the second half. They haven't allowed any offensive efforts on the part of the Wolves at all.
Here's Irwin wanting to pass.
He's sacked.
He's in trouble. He's going for a loss.
Unbelievable.
Good defensive charge over there by Fairfield. Very happy camper is Marty David.
That's his second sack of the night.
Third down.
3-yard loss.
16. It's identical to what happened in Mount Carmel.
Yeah, exactly.
Identical. Same score. And then Flora couldn't do anything when they got it.
Not at all.
In fact, they went back like they've done in this series. Third down and 26. It's a reverse. Zimmerman breaks it outside, cuts back. Still on his feet, brought down at the 31. Good run by Zimmerman, but they're going to be short of the first down.
Well, you've got to go for it, don't you?
Fourth down with 1:17 to go.
You've got to go for it.
Here's the ball game on this coming play. We've got a timeout called by Flora. Let's see, they brought it out to the, where they finally mark it at?
About the 30-yard line?
Yes, right on the 30. 14-yard carry by Zimmerman. Fourth down coming up.
This is a big play here. 4th
and 12. We'll keep it here.
Yeah.
4th down and 12. What do you do if you're Flora? 1:17 left. If they get the first down, they don't have a whole lot of time to mess with anyway. And we saw them in the first half try that hurry-up offense right before half when they had it at one point to the 1-yard line. Penalties pushed them back to the 11. They that hurried it up, and they never could get in sync, and they didn't get that score. And that's the difference now. When you're down to the 1, you pretty much need to punch it in.
Sure do.
We keep harping on that, but
that is the big part of the ball game. And the Fairfield defense denied Flora 3 times in that situation.
Shotgun formation for Irwin. Throws it long down the right sideline. Up for grabs to Palace. Complete! Into Fairfield territory at the 31. Wow. Pass. And what a catch. Irwin all night has been right on the numbers of these guys. That time Palace hung on to it. What a throw and catch. Flora in business, 1st and 10 at the 33, actually. Boy, they're going to make it an exciting finish. Talk about a clutch play. That was 4th down and 13.
It's still alive.
Got it. We got a couple of timeouts left. In motion is Brock Henson. Another pass play by Irwin. Rolls out left side. Ew, boy. Just about intercepted. Intended receiver was Henson. Adam Link had it and dropped it as far as the interception. That stops the clock with 52 seconds left. 2nd down and 10 now for the Wolves. They need something big to happen again like we just saw on that pass play, which covered, we never did say how many yards on that pass.
37.
That was a nice looking throw.
Yes, it was.
2nd down and 10. Again, the pass is Irwin. Rolls out. Left side, incomplete. Again, throwing for Henson.
Good defensive play that time by Adam Link again.
Link knocked it down. 47 seconds.
Not a bad call, though. I mean, they come right back with the same call that they had run the time before.
Yep, but Link played some good D.
He sure
saw
did.
it coming.
He sure did. Excellent defense.
Just wanted to knock it down. 3rd down and 10. It's an exciting finish. Palace out left.
Oh, gosh, you knew it was going to happen.
J-Man and Joel Palace were all messed up.
You knew it was going to happen. You could see it.
Oh, yeah.
Back it up 5.
The quarterback, Irwin, was signaling to Palace to get out further, I think. Man jump, and that was the penalty. 3rd down and 10.
Boy, they're making it the hard way, aren't they?
Yeah. But right now, 5 yards isn't that big of a deal where they're at on the field. I mean, it's going to take a long play.
With only 46 seconds to go, I would say.
3rd down and 17. Irwin fires it up downfield. It is incomplete. Again, intended for Palace.
Good defensive effort by Heath Belva. Man, he was right there, right on the money.
Belva playing center field, more or less. Jumped up and knocked it down. Oh, boy, another 4th down. We just saw the Wolves convert on a 4th and 13. This is 4th and 17. Can they do it again?
Not much time's gone off the clock. Still 42 seconds.
Keeps stopping on those incompletions. What a big play here.
Shotgun.
Irwin out of the shotgun. Gives him
flags.
Some penalty flags everywhere. Irwin gets it off. It's caught by Grewball. He had, I think, the 1st down, but what's the flag? 2 seconds to go in the game. It's a 4th down and 20 for Flora at the Mules' 42-yard line. Irwin in trouble. He rolls. Gets the pass off. It's up for grabs. It's caught. Lusk picks it up.
No, they're saying he's down. What a call.
He had the 1st down, I think. Irwin's shaken up.
It is a 1st down.
Lusk caught it. Apparently his knee touched, because if not, he was in the end zone.
Yeah.
Oh, my, what a catch. What a game. 19-yard line. The clock is running. 20 seconds. Do they have enough time?
Well, they don't if they don't get their offense.
They got to hurry. Here's the snap. Irwin back to pass again. Incomplete. Intended to Henson. 9 seconds left. Whoa. What a hard stopper. If Lusk was an inch above the ground, he must have touched the knee on the ground.
He must have.
Inch more, he's got 6 points.
Yeah.
He had to come down low to catch it. He did
Well,
everything he could.
that's because Irwin was feeling the heat.
What? I think the ball may have been deflected or his arm was hit. 9 seconds to go. Do you have time for more than one play? In the shotgun, Irwin's got to throw it in a hurry. He does. In the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! To Lusk! Flora scores with 4 seconds to go! Oh, my! Wow! What a comeback by the Wolves! What a catch by Frank Lusk! A pass by Irwin. With 4 seconds left, Flora leads 28-26. Woo. Most exciting high school games I have ever seen.
Timeout, Flora.
Can you believe that?
No, I can't. I really can't.
Twice on 4th down and long, the Wolves got the first down, barely both times.
That shows you what kind of a team the Flora Wolves are. It really does.
My goodness.
Never stopped.
This Fairfield team went from the height of the mountain down to the valley just like that.
They sure did. They sure did.
And who would have thought? I mean, the odds were totally against Flora to do what they've just done.
You bet.
That was miraculous. Folks that did not see this missed a treat. But
You
they
sure
can see
did.
it on television.
They can see it on TV.
What a ball game.
Oh, you got to feel for the Fairfield Mules, although there's still a possibility to run a kickoff back. It may not be over yet.
The way this thing's going, they sure could. It's a shame somebody has to lose. This is what it's all about. And the handoff is to Major. He gets the 2-point conversion. So with 4 seconds to go, it's Flora 30, Fairfield 26. We'll be back with a final kickoff, we think, after this.
You kick it deep or do you squib it?
See, that was, what, a 40-yard, that touchdown pass.
19-yard.
19-yard touchdown pass,
Yeah.
Irwin to Lusk. Irwin was about to get sacked, too, when he got the pass off. It's a short kick for Flora. Still good there, number 30, number 12, that is. And he is tackled. That ends the ball game. Kickoff return by Matt Hodges. He was looking for someone to lateral it to, but could not find anyone. Coach Hatfield and Martin shake hands at midfield, and Coach Hatfield has to feel good about his team coming back, but he's got to be really disappointed. They come up short. What a ball game to witness. The final score, Flora 30, Fairfield 26. The Wolves will improve to 4-2 on the year. The Mules are 2-4. Their playoff hopes are over with the 4 losses. The Wolves' playoff chances are still alive. We'll be back to Fairfield in a moment.